All right, all right, all right. Here we are. Here we are. Doc, M. Greez-e, TB, King Drake, Just Noise.
What up? What
Bring,
up? What up?
that's right, bringing you the GOAT series from Just Noise. Check us out on Anchor, FM, and Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. We're going to be bringing you our version of the top 75 players in NBA history in commemoration and celebration for the NBA reaching their 75 years in existence. Been excited, ready to bring this to you. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to start off with King Dre. Give us your 10 players on today's episode.
What's going on, y'all, man? So
Not much, man.
my 75th player is gonna be Lenny Wilkins. 74, Dave
What a surprise!
Dave DeBuscher. 73, Nate Archibald. 72, Paul Arisen. 71, Bob Cousy.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
70 is Dave Cohen. 69, Dave Bean. 68, Sam Jones. 67, Moses Malone.
Whoa.
66,
Moses Malone. Whoa,
That comes with
whoa,
some
whoa.
heat.
Pistol Pete.
At 66, Pistol Pete.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
So,
that ain't bad.
like I'm saying here, man, fellas, there's no disrespect to any of these guys. Well, it is some disrespect to at least one of them, but no disrespect to them. But I ain't get to watch these cats hoop, man. So I don't believe in the talent that they played against. I really feel like they did what they were supposed to do. So they got the accolades that they were supposed to get. In the era that they played in against the people that they played against. So that's just my
You watch old YouTube games.
Man, I ain't got time for going on YouTube.
Well, then you're not putting in the research, my brother.
Hey man, listen. I researched enough. Why the hell is Lenny Wilkins on this list?
That's why you got to put it
All
on
right,
YouTube tapes.
We did research and we seen what they put on there, right? But they still put him on this list, right?
They still got him on the list. Greez-e,
Okay.
you don't like Lenny Wilkins. Why is that?
Whoa! I didn't say I didn't like Lenny Wilkins. I just don't like him on this list.
No, I'm saying Greez-e. Greez-e don't like Lenny Wilkins.
Hey, we need a coach.
Hey, he's not on here for coach.
Don't he have the most all-time victories as a coach?
Man,
True that. That's fact.
Lenny Wilkins.
he don't have no chips.
Yeah, so yeah, 75th team need a coach. There you go.
I mean, it is what it is, man. But like I said, I got some more people that's gonna stun y'all in the next tier that's coming, whenever that one's coming.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna be like, this boy
I
tripping.
can't believe you had Cousy, Dave DeBuscher on there, and man,
Dave,
right?
Listen. It's a lot of people that's got some serious hardware, and I ain't talking about chips.
Yeah,
it's a lot. It's not like this is an easy thing to do.
It's not.
Indeed, you got some people with 3, 4, 5 All-Star games, and that's it.
Right. It's not an easy thing to do, and everybody's criteria is going to be different. That's why I was really excited to work with, for gentlemen, who knows sports to get this together. Because my criteria is not going to be the same as the other three.
Right.
My criteria is longevity, championships, of course, impact on the game, and I think that's just about it. But some people don't count championships as heavy in their criteria.
I mean, I count it. I count it at the end.
Right. It's not the end all be all.
It's not my major. Oh, he's got 9 chips. I mean, Look at Robert Horry. He has 7 championships, right? But
yeah, Robert Horry.
Let's just keep it funky, man. I think Robert Horry averaged about 6.7 points a game or something like. Come on, bro. He just happened to be I feel like he was no disrespect to him. He was a good player, but I just feel like he just happened to be on the right teams at the right time.
That's how I feel about Scottie Pippen.
I mean, that's cool.
That's another conversation.
That's your choice.
But kicking right into my list, my 75th player, Tracy McGrady. I got 74. I got Joe Dumars. At 73, I got Wes Unseld. At 72, I got George Mikan, the original Mr. Laker.
Oh, that's what I missed.
At 71, I have Jerry Lucas. At
Hmm.
70, I got Nate Tiny Archibald, big time baller, scoring
Hmm.
champ, and led the league assists 1 year. And
And what's that? 1 year.
69, yeah, together the same year. That's what hey, they count for something. MVP stats. He got the stats, man. At 69, I got Paul Arizin. At 68, I got Dave Bean. At 67, I got Bob Cousy. I couldn't leave out Bob Cousy. Ultimate winner, man. Even though he played in the era, I never watched any of the Celtics from that year. Didn't watch much tape on them, but hey, you look at the numbers, you look at the stats, and I do equate winning into my list. So Bob Cousy. And last
Gotcha.
of all, I got Dolph Shays at 66.
Dolph Shays. I like that Jerry Lucas pickup. A lot of people don't know he was a baller during this time, man. I like that throwback into the analog there, TB.
How
That's
about
a
that
nice one.
thick mustache Jerry Lucas?
Yeah, he had the pork chop sideburns and things going on. He kind of looked like
But
a
definitely
hound
was a
dog by the
baller.
face, but for his time, bro got down, man. You can't knock him, man. So you know,
Yeah.
he did his thing, man.
For his career, he had 17 and 15 big rebounds. So
17 and
double,
What
15.
a
made you
double,
put
a
T
double
Mac on
double
the list?
machine. I
Yeah,
the personal preference with T Mac. T Mac was always a playmaker. He gave you what 19, 5 and 5. Not too many players can fill up the stat sheet like T Mac. And I feel like if he would have been healthy longer through his career, T Mac would have, what I'm saying, definitely made this list without me adding to my personal list. So
well then
it
that's
is
I mean
what it is.
that's about saying like Grant Hill. I mean, same thing.
Derrick
He was hurt.
Rose. Yep.
He was hurt, but man, he was a baller.
Derrick Rose,
Yeah,
those guys.
yeah, definitely. But Grant Hill didn't lead the league in scoring 2 years in a row in
No,
Orlando like T Mac
he
did.
did.
So
He did.
yeah,
Somebody did. I think the greatest compliment Tracy McGrady got was from the Mamba himself, Kobe Bryant. Said he can do
yeah,
everything I can do
definitely.
except he's 6'9". And I remember watching the game. A lot of these youngsters, they see the highlight of where McGrady gave him 38 and Kobe gave him 38. I watched that game. They was going at it.
Yeah,
So
you
Yeah,
can still check the
yeah,
definitely.
game out on YouTube,
yeah, yeah,
King Dre.
What
You
yeah,
can,
happened?
still, you can still check that T Mac Kobe game out on
yeah. Oh yeah,
YouTube.
it was
And man, I
definitely.
watched it live, man.
I watched it live too. What I liked about McGrady's game was he was an efficient scorer too. It didn't take him, too much to get down. But like I said, man, anytime Kobe Bryant says, "Hey, man, this dude here, you might want you might want to listen to that one." Like
Yeah.
we
So
said,
should we see Robert Ory later on your list? Or
Nah, Robert Ory got
Hey,
excluded for
if
another
Big Shot
segue.
Bob make that list any higher than where he was at,
Hey, Robert Ory going to that top playoff
yeah,
performers that we gonna do. So hey,
okay,
yes.
yeah. That's
did
about the
it
only
he?
place
matters.
I. That's about the only place I want to see him at.
Yeah,
Yo,
hey, Big Shot
Oh, look
Bob,
at
man.
dude.
Hey,
Big Shot Bob.
Bob, he definitely was a big shot maker and a big shot taker. I remember watching that game when he sent the Sacramento Kings home, man.
Hey man, don't remind me.
Man,
hey, at
but
one point in time,
Rob,
Robert Ory was the second option in Houston, man. At one
he
point in
was.
time.
yeah, he wasn't no slouch. Dude could ball.
Yeah, yeah. No, like I said, no discredit to him. I just like I said, I just feel like he was at the right, he was on the right teams at the right times.
it's just Robert Ory just went through the regular season all lackadaisical. And when the playoffs came around, the lights came on. It was like, hey, let's go. And
Yeah,
dude just nailing shots. It's like, man, what's all this all year long?
yeah.
Just
Me
just
being a me
another
being
year.
me being a Rockets fan, I think that was a bad deal. Blowing up what we had down there after the clutch city,
Mhm.
double clutch. They should have never got rid of Ori and Cassell. Walker kind of did us in down there, man.
I think
Yeah,
that remember they had got Drexler,
Yeah,
but they still
yeah,
had everybody.
yeah. We had Drexler in '95, and
Yeah, Ory was still on
he
that
came for the
team.
second chip.
yeah,
Yeah,
uh,
Robert
Yeah.
Ory was still on that team though.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
still on that team.
I think what Houston was trying to do is just keep it going,
Right.
but
Man, by
they
They
that
went
shouldn't
by
back
have
to
that
split it up
time,
um
that
Mike was
bad.
back in the league.
Yeah. By that
By,
time, Mike was back in the
Mike
league.
was
He was
back in the league
hungry.
full throttle by then.
He
So
was
And
rest.
I,
He
yeah,
was
they should have.
rested. He had 2 years off, so it wouldn't have mattered. 96, 97. It wouldn't have mattered. Wasn't nobody beating them Bulls. They was on a mission.
yeah, that
But I
Dennis
think the
Rodman
Rockets should have
Bulls.
just
Yeah,
added, without blowing up the whole team, they should have just added, just try to see if we can get another piece. They didn't have to just,
I
oh,
agree.
this guy,
I
you got to give up all this. It's too much.
Right. I agree, Greasy. I think at that time they had the right mix of veterans and shot makers and young players. Like Mario Ellie was a defensive bulldog. People forget about
Everybody
that.
knew their role.
Everybody knew their role. Or he was a shot maker. Cassell, if not for Sam Cassell and his strength and his length, people
Mhm.
forget that Derek Harper took Kenny Smith completely out of the first NBA Finals. I mean, he was hand checking him and just moving him. The Rockets switched to Sam Cassell. He
oh
said he
yeah,
was literally trying to break Derek Harper's hand. Get your hand off me, man. And Mario Ellie, he did it. He did about as good a job as you could do against Penny Hardaway in the '95 Finals. I think the Rockets, like you said, Greasy, they was just reaching, and at the time, they should have just rolled it out and seen how it went, man. But
Yeah, I mean, at least I would have.
right,
Oh,
exactly.
now Drexler left after that 95. Well, after that championship, he left,
he
didn't
retired. He retired.
he? Yeah, and maybe that's what they were searching for. But
Yeah,
my thing is, you didn't have Drexler for the first one.
Right, right.
I ran it back.
hey, can't forget about that boy Mad Max though, man. In that
Mad
first
Max.
Oh
one.
yeah,
Yeah,
buddy.
Yeah,
Forgot
we
about
yeah.
that.
we had Mad Max that first run, and
and he used to give Jordan fits.
I
he
was gonna
did.
say, hey, it would have been a
Uh,
nice matchup if Jordan would have made it with that 90 instead of the Knicks that year. The Rockets and the Bulls, that would have been a nice matchup because old Mad Max did like to play Jordan very physical.
Yeah,
So
MJ
yeah,
said himself. He was like he didn't know what was up with Mad Max. He would try to fight him during the game, and after the game, he'd bring his kids to the locker room to try to
get
get
autographed.
autographs. Yeah, he was like, man, this dude is really, really crazy. But when you're doing lists like this, some people are gonna, they just gonna be left off, man. Like I'm a big Rasheed Wallace fan. He's not on my 75. He's not on my list. I mean, he had the talent to be an all-time great. Like if you look at just as far as talent, he had more talent than Tim Duncan. If he would have had that same mentality, he probably could have got 3 or 4 himself. He just, Rasheed was Rasheed. He kicked out of ball games, arguing with the
Yeah,
referees and stuff
yeah.
like that.
That's what I was about to go into. I was like, man,
Right.
you're just doing too much.
Yeah, just doing too much because what me and TB was talking about just the other day. It was like, man, you remember the ACC tournaments and when Rasheed Wallace and Tim Duncan and Joe Smith was going at it like
Yeah,
he gave
Jerry Stackhouse.
yeah, he put them things on Tim Duncan. So it wasn't that Rasheed didn't have the talent; it was just the mental. So, but
Yeah, he
that's
had a
another
drive and a motor that Tim Duncan did
right.
have.
Tim Duncan was just kind of like, I'm here to get buckets, man. I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm finna wear this Walmart shirt and these sandals, and my whole fit gonna cost $13. But I'm here to get buckets. I'm here to get busy.
The big fundamentals.
Hey, the big fundamentals, man. The big fundamentals, man. So You know, man, Dre, boy, you kind of shocked me with that. What do you have, Moses Malone?
Yeah,
That's
that
just
was kind of
disrespect.
low. That was kind of low
Yeah,
for
that's disrespectful,
Moses,
Dre.
man.
Yeah, my man all wrong. Just like, dang, Dre.
Moses Malone, that low.
Disrespectful, man. Man, it's just like I said, man, it's just amazing, all the talent that has come out through the years, um, in the NBA that some of these players get left off and stuff like that. But you
Mm.
know, A lot of talent, man. If you just think of some of the players that came through, man, it's just Stackhouse was an amazing talent. Derrick Rose was an amazing talent. You know, Penny Hardaway, Tracy McGrady, Brandon Roy. Brandon Roy was smooth, sweet with it.
Yeah,
Just
Rudy Gay.
Rudy Gay, nice. You know, Andrew Bynum for a moment there. Before he got to having knee issues and got sent to
He,
Philadelphia.
he had more than knee issues. He had head issues too.
Right. He
What's
definitely
going
had
on
the
with this
talent.
young brother?
He definitely had the talent. But it's just kind of like things just didn't pan out for him, man. And unfortunately, that just is part of the game, man. TV, man. And it was like,
Hey, I got your boy Joe Dumars coming in at 73, man. I don't have Lenny Wilkins on my list, man. I don't have Sam Jones on my list, man. Like, Lenny Wilkins was a great coach. His
mhm,
numbers are comparable to Tracy McGrady, but if I was making this team as I'm doing this list, I
right.
would take Tracy McGrady over Lenny Wilkins. So that's my
Oh
reasoning for
yeah,
that.
I mean that's
Uh,
I think I seen the stats, but I think this gonna make me go put on or find some YouTube tape on Lenny Wilkins, and he better not be pacing on sidelines either. He better be out there straight balling,
Hold on,
straight
TV.
ball.
Putting
Hey,
up
TV.
numbers, man.
Did I hear you say uh Tracy McGrady's and Lenny Wilkins got the same stats?
They comparable.
Are
Yeah,
they really?
I mean, yeah, when you think about it,
Tracy
as far
McGrady
as
giving you
All Star
19
games and
6,
stuff.
5.9 assists, and
Mhm.
5.9 rebounds. Lenny Wilkins probably was what at like 6, 7 assists, but he wouldn't give you the rebounds that McGrady was. And then it's just, my preference. Lenny Wilkins didn't make my list.
I mean, he
Sam
shouldn't be on the
Jones.
list at all.
Well,
That's
hey,
how I feel.
this
I'm about to
this
double
my
check
list,
something right
not
quick.
the NBA list or Dre King Dre list. The
well,
TB list.
well, when we was in the production meeting, Greasy was going in on Lenny Wilkins, and he over there grinning like a
Yeah, now he
cat.
over here vouching for him. Now he vouching for Lenny Wilkins.
Greasy was going
He
in.
backing
I
up Dre.
told
Look
you
at Lenny
He
Wilkins
was,
over here.
he was
I
like,
don't know why we talk about Lenny so much, man. We know Lenny. Man, we know that we know what that was. Only thing I can see Lenny doing is coach. I think he does lead, or is Arbach in the league? One of these boys in the league for.
Lenny was a good coach. He did his thing. I just remember, like you said, you just clowned him. You was like, man, if you don't get that 1972 assist record, man, he was like,
I
he
think
got,
he got a ring with the Sonics.
yeah, he did.
Yeah, he got a little ring
Yeah,
with the
he got a
Sonics.
Yeah,
ring.
y'all ready for this?
What's that?
Nine-time All-Star, 1969, 70 AST champ, 70,
Hold on,
70.
what does that mean?
I have no
Assist.
idea, brother.
Assist.
Oh, assist champ. You're right.
Yeah.
70.
They got a
Yeah,
stat for
hold on. 70 and 71 AS MVP.
Yeah.
All-star
But
MVP.
tell
That you
okay, tell
just
me
said. Hold on,
what
wait,
did
wait,
he
wait.
average? Tell me what did
Listen.
he average his
Hold on,
points per
wait, listen.
game
I
compared to
wanted
Tracy
to do
McGrady.
that because you just said he is comparable to Tracy McGrady.
As far as
No
you just
way.
called out what? You just called out how many All-Star games he had. All-Star game
Nine-time
MVP.
All-Star.
Yeah, those are numbers that Tracy McGrady have. Like as far as All-Stars.
Yeah, that's what he
But
was
you
talking
see,
about.
but now you see why Lenny Wilkins is not on my list. So what's your debate here, Dre? But I'm telling you why Lenny Wilkins is not on my list. He gave you 16-5. Tracy McGrady gave you
Tracy McGrady,
19-6.
Tracy McGrady, 7-time All-Star, 2-time
19-6
scoring
a
champ,
game. Yep, I said
7-time
that.
All NBA.
Okay.
Oh wait, 2001. 2001 Most Improved Player.
Hey, y'all gonna put some respect on Lenny Wilkins' name.
Man, we
One of
ain't
his
putting no
Hey,
respect on
kinfolk,
Tracy,
him.
somebody
Tracy
gonna call
McGrady
him.
just kicked
Come
him
on.
off the list. Tracy McGrady just kicked him off the
Come on,
list
bro.
right there.
Hey, look, I got him. Lenny gonna still hold it down for me. I need a coach. I need somebody that can run this.
Lenny better keep stats or something.
A
What's
coach,
up with
Greez-e.
What's that?
Man, Dre, I think you got Moses Malone, man. I think people forget how much of a beast Moses was, man.
I mean, I ain't trying to knock the older fellas, but I didn't see. Okay, all right. Will Chamberlain or Moses Malone?
Well,
George Gervin or Moses Malone?
Moses Malone over
Okay.
George Gervin, not Will
Will
Chamberlain.
Hey, I messed up.
Chamberlain or Moses Malone?
Lenny
Will Chamberlain.
won a ring as a coach, not a player. My bad.
Nah, I would take Wilt over Malone, but I wouldn't take George Gervin over Moses Malone.
Man, the Iceman got the coolest basketball poster ever made.
Ever made. Say, man, at one point, the Iceman was shooting 50% for his career. That means one out of every two buckets he shot was going
Dr. J or Moses Malone?
And one out of every two buckets was a finger
And
roll.
Dr. J, Moses Malone,
Doc.
Iceman, all them need to be like around 30, 20.
I'm putting it out here because I'm saying, like,
I'm gonna put this out here.
Somebody got to be down here at this bottom, and the people I'm naming are above him.
I would take Doc over Moses.
I know one thing. I'm gonna give the fans a little teaser. Dr. J in my top 10.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Dr. J was it. Dr. J was it. There was nothing going. You got to remember during that time, the NBA was.
He was the Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he was. The NBA was riddled with cocaine, and a lot of people said it was too many black people in there. And Dr. J was clean cut, and he was articulate, and he spoke well, and he dressed nice.
You know what they really said, but we got to bring that to
the yeah. The NBA had a lot.
I'm surprised Dre didn't say that.
Nah, I ain't getting political, man.
NBA had a lot of. They had a lot of stuff going on, so they needed a face, and he wore it well. About as well as expected. At the end of the day,
And Dr. J looking like
honorable mention. I think if I had to roll with one, I think I'd probably roll with David Thompson.
Nice.
I mean,
David Thompson.
Even though the drugs, but
Skywalker.
Thompson, or like who y'all always want to give me a hard time about when I say Adrian Denton.
Nobody want to give you a hard time about no Adrian Dantley.
What's that?
You act like you're a Celtics fan.
Adrian Dantley played for the Pistons and the Mavericks.
I mean, you know what I'm thinking about?
The Jazz.
God, yeah. That's what it really made the hate.
Adrian Dantley was a bucket getter, and he was nothing but about 6'5", but he was a bucket getter.
Yeah, he was a baller.
He was a Charles Barkley before Barkley. Like he was an undersized power forward that could get buckets.
Nah, he was a three. He was a little skinny, frail three, but he could fill him up.
Yeah, he could fill him up. He got down there in the post, and did his thing.
I think TB thinking about Mark Aguirre. Mark Aguirre was kind of Mark all that skinny.
I'm thinking about Dantley. I'm just mentioning that he played the forward position. He played the power forward position later on in his career with the Jazz. I remember because he was a bucket getter.
He started off in Utah. Then I think he went to Dallas, then Detroit.
Yeah.
No, he started off with the Jazz.
Yeah.
With the Detroit, they lost in the NBA Finals with Adrian Dantley. They sent Mark Aguirre to the Pistons for Adrian Dantley. Adrian Dantley never showed up in Dallas, if I remember correctly. Him and Isaiah Thomas didn't really get along.
Too much see eye to eye.
Foreshadowing, Isaiah Thomas is going to shock some people where I put him in my list. And when we get a little bit further on down the road.
I'm not going to give no numbers, but Zeke top 20 on my list.
Yeah. I mean, Zeke. No pun intended. Zeke was a bad boy, man.
Zeke or Allen Iverson?
I would take Zeke.
Me too. I go Zeke.
I would take Zeke. Allen Iverson
was tough.
Allen Iverson, no doubt, is a better talent.
Yeah.
But it's not about
Zeke in his prime.
It's not about that. That's what I was just about to say. It's not about much. You go look at them Piston tapes when the Pistons. See, this is what a lot of people don't know. You get Isaiah Thomas and you think about the bad boys and it's holding teams to 90 points, but you got to remember when Isaiah first got there, what was that, 82? 80, yeah, 82 draft? I think he won a championship in 81 in Indiana, so in 82 he was in the draft. The Pistons were an up and down team. They was giving boys 140 and 150 points. Remember Kelly Tripucka sweating all through uniforms? The guy with the curl, he was light-skinned dude. He wasn't a brother, but he had the curl like the brother. Pistons was up and down the court, and Zeke and Isaiah Thomas and them. I say, man, Isaiah would give you 40 real quick. You know what I mean?
I mean, hey, he almost beat us on one leg in the NBA Finals. So
one leg, man, one leg. That's what really. That's the game. I think I really was like, I like this. I like basketball, man. When I saw him go out there and do what he did on a bum ankle, he gave it all he could. But yeah, Isaiah Thomas. He is definitely on my list, and it's gonna, maybe surprise some people.
I bet I hear Ralph Sampson come across anybody's list.
Nah, I do not have Ralph Sampson on there. Extremely talented. I think he wanted to try to, play the Giannis role before Giannis, but it wasn't time, bro. But
Ralph was always scrappy.
He was always scrappy, and he was always. He did his thing. He was 7'4". He dominated college. Never won a championship in college. We had a good thing going down in Houston when I was a child with the Twin Towers. And then we had the third tower coming off the bench, Jim Peterson. We did get the Lakers on the tip end in the Forum.
You just had to throw that in there.
Got the Boston.
And got dominated by the Celtics.
Yeah, they taught us a lesson, and I don't think we. After that time, Ralph, the injuries and stuff kind of started playing.
That season, the Celtics had only lost the '86 Celtics. They only lost one home game.
One home game, juggernaut.
Ridiculous.
Absolute juggernaut.
Ball club.
I got a question for y'all.
Yes, sir.
Did anybody catch that Michigan game?
Yes, we did. Yeah, I did.
Basketball.
It don't have nothing to do with what we talking about right now. That's why I got this shirt on, man. Go blue.
I think the basketball team played this weekend too.
Go blue.
They got a dub, didn't they?
Go blue.
I knew he was gonna do it. Yeah, well, the basketball team took some L's, but
hey, man, the basketball team got the brakes beat off them the other night.
There you go.
By Arizona. I was like,
go Wildcats. Go
Wildcats. Hey, Gonzaga put it on them.
Go Wildcats.
What was the game at? Ann Arbor or Tucson?
No, it was in a tournament. It was, I think it was a State Farm Classic. I can't quite remember. It was about 2 weeks ago, but it was one of those classics, and I watched it.
Does King Dre have some glam on his shirt? You got some bedazzle on that Wolverine? It's kind of
glitter. Is that glitter?
Bedazzle.
I don't know. He probably got his. He probably got a little.
It looks like it's glittering.
Probably got. They don't tell him what he got on there, man.
I mean,
it's called that glow.
Called that glow. I tell you what, you better don't get caught slipping against Iowa. Iowa always play.
I know the Hawkeyes. I know
the Hawkeyes.
I'm a little on edge with this one.
Nah, I'll definitely be checking it out.
That's a dub, man. The boys going all the way. That's money in the bank.
We're gonna get more into it. This Friday.
I had to throw it out there, man. I couldn't help it, man.
We'll get more into the we're gonna as the college season progresses, we definitely gonna be talking more about
greatest
championship games.
NBA player that came from that attended University of Michigan.
Pick one.
C. Webb or Cassie Russell. Nah, C. Webb had a better pro career than Cassie Russell. Chris Webber.
Yeah.
Chris Webber.
Oh, C. Webb.
Yeah.
I would be mad if we look back on this list. Somebody like Walt Frazier went to the University of Michigan. I'll be no good, man. I'll be no good.
Right.
A lot of these cats, I don't know where they, went to school from.
That's it.
I'm gonna have to look that up. Greatest basketball alum from University of Michigan or something.
Yeah, that'd be another. Yeah, that's another. I always find myself looking at. That's another interesting take as well. They're the best players from Duke, Michigan, the Blue Bloods, just to see if you go back through the analogs, you be like, man, I didn't even know that dude. I think. John. I think Lucas. John Lucas, who was on TV's list, if I'm not mistaken, that's a Buckeye. So it's just kind of like,
Jerry Luke. Yeah.
yeah, you there, Jerry Lucas. He's a
Yeah.
Buckeye. Jimmy Jackson. Man, it's
So you got
just
another one we can do too, like greatest teams too, man. Because I'm telling
oh,
you right now, you got the UNLV squad.
Fab Five,
You got my Fab Five, of course. You
right?
And
gotta
that
throw
Fab
in, you
Five
gotta
is
throw
not
in,
meaning UNLV.
you gotta throw in Joakim Noah and his crew.
In
One
Florida.
nice.
Nobody's meaning the running rebels. Nobody.
I think 80. I think 83 Houston could give him a run with Clyde and King, Benny Anders. That'd be a match made in heaven.
I
Styles
think
made
that North
fights.
Carolina team with Sam Perkins, Worthy, and
Jordan,
White.
And
Yeah,
Jordan.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
that
Styles made.
UNLV team, I mean, they just
Or
beat the brakes off. How many games did they win in a row? Like 50 or something like
Yeah,
that?
they won a lot of games in a row. Styles make fights, and one thing I did learn, in my days of playing basketball, that if you're a running team that gets up and down the court, the thing you hate the most is a team running right back at you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Work on both ends.
Hey, because
yeah.
they make it hard, man. You got somebody got to be like, we got to slow this down because
Right,
we canceling each other out.
right. All righty, so we'll be right back after this break. We're going to get into segment 2 with Greez-e and Doc, continuing the NBA GOAT series. Just noise. Don't go nowhere.